We're following breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ, where it looks like CJ McCollum is leaving Rip City. Multiple reports saying the Trailblazers are working to trade McCollum to the Pelicans in exchange for Josh Hart and draft compensation. The move would split up the duo of McCollum and Damian Lillard and pair him with Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. So many years the two of these guys have been together. Playoff runs that fell short, Dame time and CJ. And at the start of this season, back in late November, they both had a 20-point game in the same game for the 193rd time. It broke a tie with Larry Bird and Robert Parrish for the 10th most such games in NBA history by a duo, and no backcourt duo in NBA history has recorded more such games. We've got Avery Johnson to break down this breaking news. So, Avery, we just talked about CJ McCollum this morning. You did with Brandon Baylor. Your thoughts on this reported deal to get CJ McCollum to NOLA in exchange for Josh Hart and picks?
Well, I'm not surprised, Tommy, because we've been talking about Portland Trailblazers as it relates to CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard for the last year. This was a move that the Portland Trailblazers, pending approval, they had to make. It's just that if it's reported that they're only getting Josh Hart back, they're not getting enough in return. Josh Hart and draft compensation is not enough, but it's also showed the desperation for CJ McCollum to get out of Portland and find a new home. So this would be huge for the Pelicans, somebody who can get his shot off at any time, averaging 20 points a game, shoots close to 40% from the three-point line. The Pelicans are in desperate need. Desperate need to make the playoffs this year and potentially try to advance out of the playoff situation. So from a standpoint of who would win this trade, if it's finalized, the Pelicans definitely would come out on the winning side.
And just to put button up on Portland, those draft picks, we know Portland would get the Pelicans 2023 first-round pick, could get the Lakers 2022, depending on how it shapes out. But they do get Josh Hart, and then they get some much-needed maybe flexibility with the salary. Let's go over here to New Orleans, because I've got a projected starting five, Avery, that has CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas.
That's music to the Pelicans' ears when you can insert CJ McCollum into that lineup, along with a potentially healthy Zion Williamson. He has yet to make an appearance this year. And if he's in shape, he's ready to go. And with the way, CJ can spread the floor, give Zion more room to operate. You look at the emergence of a young man that I coached at Alabama, Herb Jones, who could potentially be first team all rookie in the NBA this year with his attributes defensively. So now you're balanced more offensively and defensively. So this could be a shot in the arm for the Pelicans if they can execute and finalize this trade. So now you're better offensively. And then CJ has experience. He's played in a ton of playoff games, and that's where the Pelicans are trying to go on a consistent basis. So this would be an A+ trade for the Pelicans, and I would call this a C- trade for or C- or D+ trade for the Portland Trailblazers.
All right, Avery Johnson, our coach, handing out the grades on the breaking news. Again, all signs pointing to this deal being done. Coach, certainly appreciate it. Again, taking a look at some added details. We talked about Josh Hart. It looks like Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Tomas Satoransky has been added to the package. Interesting of note, other names that were linked as well from New Orleans' perspective. Trey Mayfield III, just a rookie season for Trey there. Also Jackson Hayes, the 21-year-old 6'11 center. Doesn't look like those two are part of the package, but Hart is, Satoransky is, and it's a reported trade that gets New Orleans well positioned to try to get in that play-in from 7 to 10. They're currently sitting at 10 at the moment.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.